Hi guys, I hope you are having a great Halloween or have had a great Halloween. This is the first time we have tried this first day Zoom session because of a holiday. So hopefully it works out for you and you guys make it to the Halloween party Tuesday, 3:30 to 6:30. It's going to be amazing. So let's just jump right in to the syllabus. This is Farm 200. And the syllabus is similar to every syllabus you've ever had from me. I believe, though, I have some students I haven't had in the past. Nope, I lied. My day class, you've all had me before. My night class, a few of you have not had me before. So just a little bit of background. I have been here 13 years, 13 and a half almost. And before I came here, I worked in a variety of different areas in medicine. I started as a student athletic trainer, then became the head athletic trainer at the high school I graduated from. I was an EMT for 9 years, but I only practiced as an EMT for a few. I worked in the emergency room for, 5 or 6 years. I was an EMS instructor for a couple of years. I was a medical assistant and a hyperbaric technologist before I came here. So I've worked in a bunch of different areas. And now I teach here, which I have been doing for 13 years. I also work for the 9 Health Fair. Amanda and I oversee all of the health fairs in Weld County and Larimer County. So I'm still involved in healthcare. I'm not just teaching it, I'm still involved in providing it. I think that should answer any questions you have. So I'm Chantel. The best way to get a hold of me is through email. I do have a phone in my office, but I despise the phone. And so when I see the red line of death on my phone, I will listen to it and grumble the whole time. So by far the best way to reach me is my College America email. I have 3 office hours. I have Monday jam after class from 12:45 to 1:45, Tuesday night jam from 8:30 to 9:30, and Thursday night jam from 8:30 to 9:30. If none of those work for you, contact me, we'll make an appointment. I'm on campus Monday through Thursday. My Monday, Wednesday schedules are, they vary a little bit because I'm not teaching on Monday, Wednesday this mod, but my Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm here from 8 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. So we can usually find a time to work. If you have any questions, please, please, please email me, or if you need help, attend a jam session or let me know and we'll set aside a time for us to work together. Mm-hmm. This course is the first in the pharmacy series. It's a 4-week course, of course. All of our mods are 4 weeks. Morning classes are 8:30 to 12:30. Night classes are 6 to 8:30. I do not allow students to flip back and forth between day and night classes unless something horrible happens, and that has to be prearranged, as well as Zoom sessions need to be prearranged, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hopefully you guys all have your textbook, The Pharmacy Technician, and we will be doing work out of that. You'll have assigned chapter readings every mod or every week of the mod. And our mod this month is kind of weird, and when I actually go into the mod, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 mods, when we go into that, I'll explain what's going on with the weirdness here. So this course is an introduction course to the concepts of pharmacy and pharmaceutical terminology. So you'll learn some of the rules of Colorado, how they impact a farm tech, regulatory standards. You'll just learn a lot about the practice of pharmacy in this class, and then in subsequent classes, we will go further in depth. In Pharm 107, that's your drug administration course, so you'll learn how to draw up and give injections. Pharm 208 is more compounding. It's more pharmacy technician stuff, so you will be making lip balms or skin stuff. There's just a lot of hands-on compounding stuff. And then Pharm 209 is more in-depth about specific classes of drugs and how they work. So this will give you the basis for all of those classes. Our course objectives for this, well, we're going to discuss the history of pharmacology, determine the responsibilities of the pharm tech, demonstrate knowledge of medical terms, abbreviation, and symbols, demonstrate skills in fundamental calculations and conversions. We will do math every week, and I know people panic when I say math, but it's really not that in-depth. It's not crazy math. So I'll help you through it. We'll get you through, but don't panic when I say the M word like most people do. We'll talk about different categories of non-prescription products and over-the-counter drugs, and you will know drugs, the top 50 drugs, by their generic and trade names and their uses. Okay? And you will have a test on that every week, but I've broken it down into bite-sized pieces. Our discussion forums, I expect that you guys will do your initial posting by the end of the week and your reply postings by Saturday night at midnight. I don't have a due date of Wednesday like some classes do. You guys are all adults, you know the expectations, and so I expect you to meet them. Have your initial post done Thursday-ish and your reply post done by Saturday. Please do not disrespect your classmates by waiting until Saturday at 10 o'clock for your initial post. That's just rude and not very team-like. So make sure that you're getting your stuff done. The first week will be pharmacy technician, healthcare, week 2, drug regulation and control, and then week 3 are prescriptions. You will have assignments each week. There'll be worksheets. Like I said, we'll be doing math each week. And then there are blended learning assignments as well. So this is where the majority of your course points will come from. Your LRA is always due Saturday of week 3 at 11:59. So your LRA, this mod, is due November 18th at 11:59 p.m. You've had 3 weeks to work on it, so please do not email me on the 18th and say, I don't have it done, I didn't have time. You've had 3 weeks to do it, you've had time. Your assessments, you will have 2 each week. You will have the quiz or the midterm for your course information, and then you will have drug quizzes, which are specific for the list of drugs that you need to learn that week. Okay, so there are 2 quizzes. Typically, they open on Thursday and close on Saturday. So if you see quiz 1, that will open on Thursday, close on Saturday. However, your drug quizzes are open all week, and you can do your drug quizzes as many times as you want to get the grade that you want. Your standard quizzes, you get it 1 time, but your drug quizzes, you get to take as many times as you want until the due date. So for week 1, drug quiz 1 will close Saturday the 4th at 11:59, but you have between now and then to take it as many times as you want to get the grade you want. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll go through that again as I go through the modules. This is the expected course hours according to the Department of Education. For every hour you're in course, or in a course, they expect 2 hours outside of course, studying, doing research, working on assignments, etc. Do not panic with this. I'm happy if you guys do a half hour to an hour a day. That will pretty much take care of everything that you need to do. Just understand that the Department of Education does expect that for every hour you're in class, you're spending 2 hours outside of class studying for it. Our points in this class do not align to this nice, lovely 1,070, because I feel like all of the work you do should be point generating work. So that's why it says this is an example of what the course points may look like. If I decide at the last minute that we are going to do an in-class assignment, then that blows this out of the water, because I feel like if you are doing something in class for class as an assignment, you should be earning points on it. Okay, this is our grading scale, and it's pretty standard. Assignments are due unless otherwise noted. So there are a couple of things that don't follow this, and I will be very clear when that's the case. As a general rule, all assignments are due Saturday by 11:59 for weeks 1 through 3. Okay. Week 4, you have until Thursday at 11:59 to submit it. However, this mod, the last day of class happens to be Thanksgiving. I will still give you until Thursday at 11:59 to turn in your week 4 work. But if you want to enjoy Thanksgiving, might as well turn everything in by Wednesday night at 11:59 and then enjoy a 4-day weekend. Okay. I do expect everybody to participate in class. This is a medical class. You are all medical students. I expect you to be in your scrubs every day of class. Come with an open mind. This is a difficult class as far as attitude goes, because math. People get so freaked out about the math that they come in with kind of a chip on their shoulder. You need to leave that chip at the door, because honestly, you can do this math. Okay? Don't panic about it. You can do it. I will help you through it. So make sure that you've got your attitude squared away before you come in the door, and that you are dressed in your scrubs. I have technically, I think, 24 to 48 hours to reply to an email, but I keep my email open except when I am in class, because I project up onto the board, and any emails that pop up, I don't need to be projecting onto the board. So I do my best to reply to an email that day. Sometimes I get out of class and go straight to meetings, so it might be a few hours, but I really do my best to reply to an email the same day I receive it. The exception is the weekends. I typically check my work email on Friday and then again on Sunday, but there's no promise about the Sunday because it's Walking Dead season. I usually check my email about 5 o'clock on Sunday unless something comes up. Okay. We know that the writing style that we use here on campus is APA. If you have any issues with APA, please come see me. Go see Laura in the GED room or the Success Center. She can help you with that. Respectful communication. I just expect you guys to be respectful to each other and to me, and I will do the same. Watch your F-bombs in class. I don't get it a lot, but on occasion we get comfortable with each other and we forget that we're in a professional environment, and I start hearing it. So please be aware of that. With academic integrity, make sure that you're not cheating. I put times on your tests at home so that you are not looking up the answers in the book. I give you 45 seconds to a minute to come up with the answer. However, if you understand the material and you have truly learned it, it takes a 2 to 3 second recall for that information. So when you get to your quizzes, don't panic that there's a time limit on it. Know that I'm doing that because if you are looking up your answers in your book or on the internet, which I highly discourage, but if you are spending time doing that, you have not learned a dang thing in my class. You need to be learning the material, not regurgitating the material. And that's why all of my classes have it, or all of my tests have time limits on them. This is our basic schedule. It's going to change just a little bit because of Thanksgiving, and we're not in class today or on Tuesday. So this will change just a touch. let me just hop over to modules and go through that a little bit, if my computer will catch up. Okay, so we've been through the syllabus. Here is a detailed list of how to contact me, and we're going to talk a little bit about Zoom. If you cannot make it to class and it's an emergency, your car breaks down, your babysitter bails, I don't know, your dog pukes all over you. If it's an emergency and you cannot make it to class, I need to know before class time. I'll arrange a Zoom session and then you can join us for class that way. Okay. When you are Zooming in, please remember that you are on camera and the class can see you. So be dressed, limit distractions because you're actually still attending class. You're just attending class from home. So I need you to present yourself as though you were in class. Be ready with your computer, your notebook, your pens, whatever it is that you would have in class. Okay. You're limited to 2 Zoom sessions per mod. Okay. And I have to know about them in advance. I do not have the camera up in my room yet. Hopefully that will happen soon, but I will still share my desktop and you'll be able to see everything that we're doing in class. You just won't be able to physically see me. And so, like I said, if an emergency comes up, you go out, you go to start your car and it's dead, come back in the house, email me, I will set up a Zoom session and that way you don't lose attendance points. Okay. If you have questions with an assignment or something, the computer crashes, email me immediately. Okay. Do not wait until Monday morning to come to me and say, well, I couldn't take my test because my computer has a virus. You can still email me from your phone. So make sure that I am notified immediately. If something happens, if Canvas goes down, if the test is messed up, if something happens and you email me, I look back at the time that you emailed me to make my determination on whether or not I'm going to grant you extended time. If you come to me on Monday morning and say, oh, my computer crashed, I'm going to say, too bad, you should have let me know in advance. Okay. So the best way to get a hold of me is my College America account. My email is chantel.wilson@collegeamerica.edu. As I said earlier, when I'm on campus, but not in class, I have my email open all the time. If you email me over the weekend, may or may not respond during the weekend, but I will respond to you on Monday if it's an issue with an assignment or a test. Email me immediately and then do not panic. We'll take care of it on Monday. Okay. So the absolute best way to get a hold of me is my College America account. Canvas is the second best way to get a hold of me. However, I only see my Canvas emails when I open Canvas. So I may not see it until I get ready for class. And then between classes, I may not see it at all. So it might be a day or two. Like I said, best way is my College America account. Facebook, you can always message me through Facebook. I do not open my Facebook account every day, so your message may sit there for a few days. So again, best way to get a hold of me, my College America account. And then I hate the phone. I use the phone because I have to, but it is the least favored way to get a hold of me. If you absolutely positively must call me, then do so and leave a message and I will get back to you. Say if your computer crashes and you cannot email me from your phone, then probably the next best way to get a hold of me is just call me and leave a message. Any voice message that I get on my phone gets shot to my email. It doesn't change it to text, but it does send the audio file to my email. So like I said, if your computer crashes, you cannot email me from your phone, then call me, leave me a message. When you leave me a message, leave me your name and your phone number and your email address, please. I do not use my personal phone to call students back, so if it's a weekend thing, leave me your email address or an alternate way to get a hold of you. so that I can talk to you and get things sorted out. Okay, hopefully that's clear and there are no other issues. Okay. All right, the LRA. You're going to use at least 2 sources from Shark or Learn, and you're going to choose any of the laws, legislations, or acts that are in the textbook. Anything that catches your eye, please choose that to research. I really want you guys to be interested in the subjects you're researching because it makes it easier for you to actually do the research if you're interested in it. And it makes it easier for me to read your paper if it's something that you're interested in. So when we're going through the laws in the textbook, choose one and do your research on that. You have to use at least 2 sources from Shark or Learn. And your essay has to be written in APA format. It's no longer called a bibliography, it's a reference page. But make sure that it is properly cited and that you include your reference page, otherwise you get a 0. Okay. In your essay, I would like to see a description of the legislation, who monitors it, why was it enacted, any important dates, who was involved into bringing it into place, why is it important, who or what does it protect, and what's the impact? Has it changed the issue at all? And are there any flaws in the legislation? So I need you to be objective with this. This is a research paper, so personal interpretation, I'm not sure that's quite the right word. This is a research project, so make sure that you are presenting only facts, not emotion, and make sure that your facts are supported. This is due Saturday of week 3, which is November 18th at 11:59 p.m. And if you need to see the rubric, how it's going to be graded, I've got the rubric listed right here. Now, we are not using Unflag this month, or from now on, actually, our Unflag subscription is gone. For this class, we'll be using something called VeriCite. You do not have to do anything special for it. When you go into, hang on a second, let me switch this view. When you go in to submit your paper, there should be no weirdness going on with it. You should just be able to submit your paper and it will automatically put it through VeriCite. Let me get into the LRA here. Okay, so when you hit submit assignment, it will automatically turn it through VeriCite. It takes about 20 minutes or so for you to get your similarity report back. If you submit it and you decide that you don't like your similarity report, if it's too high, then you can resubmit it. You can submit this assignment as many times as you want until the due date, and I will grade only the most recent submission you have. Okay. As far as similarity index, the industry standard for education is 20% or less. My personal preference is 10% because that tells me that you're actually taking what you're reading and putting it into your own words instead of just regurgitating information. I need to know that you understand what it is you're talking about so that you can explain it to somebody who's not in medicine. So, like I said, you can submit your assignment, wait for your similarity index. If it's over 20%, then maybe go back in, make some changes, make sure that you're not not just quoting people, that you're explaining it in your own words. Okay. So that's the LRA. We have, let me just go up here to modules. you have on here some handouts, common pharmacy abbreviations. Those might be helpful for you. The conversions cheat sheet might be helpful. The math cheat sheet might be helpful. And then this pharmacy math document is a really big document, and we'll break it down, but it tells you how to do every step of the equation. If it's something you want as a resource, you can certainly use it. It's a long one, it's 23 pages, but it's long because I have broken everything down. Let's see if I can get to one of these. So we will be working through this throughout the mod. So yeah, it's long because I do break each step down. Do not freak out when you get to the rainbow math part, or I had a student name it the rainbow math. It's actually the ratio proportions. We'll go through that in class, and we'll spend a lot of time on math in class simply because so many people have hangups about math. And like I said, I just expect that you come into this portion of the class open-minded. Okay. Like I said, these might be helpful for you to download or to print out, and you can add stuff to it. We will be, on Thursday, we'll be watching a movie called Elixir of Death, and getting started from there. So you'll notice that there are some due dates that are Saturday. Like I said, the general rule is that your homework is due Saturday at 11:59, but there are some cases where your due date's a little bit later. For example, your math practice sheet, since you have to hand that in to me personally, this is due at the beginning of class on Tuesday the 7th. Okay, so your math stuff is due Tuesday of the following week. Your discussion is due, of course, Saturday night. And then I've got some different videos here, your smallpox vaccine and smallpox eradication video, and then a quiz on that. There's a quiz, a video on the drug approval process, and then a quiz on that. Your drug quiz, if it opens up here, your drug quiz, you have 10 minutes to take it. However, you can take it as many times as you want until the due date. So remember that on all the drug quizzes. It might be helpful for you to make flashcards. I'm not sure, it's whatever your study style is. So if you do well with flashcards, then definitely make flashcards. If you have another way to study, then make sure that you're following that. Okay, so this is your list of drugs for quiz 1. Okay. We've got the brand name, the generic name, and then what it's used for. So we've got Lipitor is the brand name, atorvastatin is generic, and it's an anti-hyperlipidemic, meaning pertaining to fat, the lipid, okay, fat in the, or high fat in the blood, and it's against that. So it's a cholesterol drug, okay. We've got Nexium, esomeprazole, which is for acid reflux. We've got Plavix, which is clopidogrel. It's a cardiovascular drug. We've got Singulair, which is Montelukast. It's respiratory for asthma and allergies. Lexapro is citalopram, which is an antidepressant. And the way I remember that is this looks like Excite. And so if you're excited, you're not depressed. So that's how I remember it. I come up with some different ways to do that. Crestor, rosuvastatin, anything that is a statin, S-T-A-T-I-N, is an anti-hyperlipidemic. So statin drugs, you see it here and you see it here. Statin drugs are cholesterol drugs. Okay. Synthroid is levothyroxine. It has thyroid in the name, so there's thyroid here, there's thyro here. This one should be easy to remember. ProAir HFA is albuterol. which is a bronchodilator and used for the respiratory system. Advair discus is fluticasone, salmeterol. It's also respiratory. So these, well, I can't say that exactly, but most of the EROLs tend to be respiratory. Okay. And then we've got Cymbalta, which is duloxetine, also an antidepressant or a psychotropic drug. These are the ones you need to know for test 1. Figure out how you're going to learn them, and then you can take your test with that. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Preventing medication errors. Now, this is a Medline class. You'll be taking one of these Medline things each mod. So you're going to log into your Medline account. Let me see what my Medline login is. If you do not already have a Medline University account, you need to go to this site, medlineuniversity.com, and make yourself an account. I am already logged in here, but I always like to open this first to make sure I'm logged in. If I'm not logged in, then I will go ahead and log in. After you've got it open, then come back here and follow this link. And this link should take you to the Preventing Medication Errors Part 1. And it'll do it any second. Okay, so you will take this class. I've already opened it. So you'll launch, take the class. At the end of, once you've completed this, I do not want a copy of your certification or your certificate of completion. What I want is a copy of your final grade. And if you don't know how to do that, it should come up and say, congratulations, you earned such % on this course. If you forget to get a screenshot of that, if you just come over here to your courses and take a, yeah, see, oops, I shouldn't have taken that cold. Anyway, take a screenshot of your grade, okay? Send this to me through your submission, assignment submission, okay? I think that's it for medication errors. Just make sure that you're sending me your grade for that class, not your certificate, because your certificate doesn't tell me what you earned on it, okay? And like I said, we'll be doing that each week, weeks 1 through 3, there'll be a different Medline. Okay. I'm just gonna collapse that so I know I've talked about it. So I said earlier that this mod is kind of messed up because our final is on Thanksgiving. So what I have done is I have taken week 4 stuff and moved it into week 3. We'll have plenty of time to do this, so please don't panic about it. So we'll do week 3 and week 4 math all in week 3. That's the biggest thing. And then your blended learning here. Week 4, all we're going to be doing is your final exam on Tuesday, the 21st will be your final exam. This is a study guide for you in week 4. Okay, so it'll tell you, it's simply a study guide. If you go through and you look at everything on the study guide, if you're comfortable with it, then you will have no problem with the final exam. We do have blended learning in week 4, and that blended learning should, if my computer catches up to me, okay, should be your generic list, your brand and generic list for week 4, and then your drug quiz, which closes, you know what? I had it close on Wednesday night. Let me fix that. So it will close Thursday night on Thanksgiving at 11:59. Oh, I can't do it from here. I will make sure to get that changed. So it'll be due Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. Like I said, you might want to get it done on Wednesday night just so that you can enjoy a 4-day weekend with your family instead of having to remember to get back and finish stuff. Okay, and I'm going to fix this right now so that it's got the correct date on it. Sorry about that, guys. No, I don't want this. I want this one. Okay, so that should be set for Thursday. I maybe wouldn't do that while you're in your tryptophan induced coma from eating all the turkey. So, all right. Let's, maybe my computer will catch up with me. Maybe, possibly. All right, so that's the module. That's how it's all set up. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording this section. So I'm going to put the link to this into the into an announcement after it's been converted. It'll be in the announcement. There will be another Zoom session that I will put in there going over the PowerPoints. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one, get it started, but know that there are 2 Zoom sessions that you need to watch, and there will be a Zoom assignment based on these sessions that you must complete before class Thursday morning. That is how you get attendance for Halloween, is you have to watch both of these Zoom sessions, and then you have to answer or you have to do the assignment associated with them. Okay, so while it's not showing up in here yet, it will. There will be an assignment over your Zoom sessions that will be due, or that is due. I didn't mean to use passive voice. That is due Thursday, November 2nd, before class time, so that you can get your assignment. All right, take a break, walk around, do your thing, and then you can come back and watch the second session of this. Thanks.